doing this for years. And finally, I mean, listening to the astrology and the age of Aquarius, and I'm like, dude, we're here. And energetically, we're here. And if we all just realize that we are energetic superheroes, we got this whole thing fixed. But the problem is that people don't realize that their energy is like so valuable to this world. And where we direct our energies is so valuable to the world if you want to help the world out, you know? So it's as simple as this. If 1% of the world was to think about and focus on world peace and what world peace would feel like in their hearts and what world peace would look like when they open their eyes, and literally for a minute, just take a minute and feel in your heart, what would world peace feel like to you? You know, just to know that we have peace on earth. What would that peace on earth feel like? And how do you think it would make a person who is not in peace right now feel? To know that there was world peace. That world peace came to all these people. Okay? And there's so many of them. Now, that feeling that you have, I'm assuming it's a comfortable feeling. I'm assuming it's like one of the greatest comforts, you know, to know that or to feel that experience. And what would it look like when you open your eyes? What would it smell like, taste like? How would your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit feel, you know, in that world peace feeling? Okay. Just by thinking about that, you created a space within you for world peace, around you for world peace, energetically, for all energies of world peace in the universe to connect to, okay? And if we had 1% of the world doing that, we would have world peace. We would have achieved it. In my mind, my heart, my soul, and my spirit, I feel like we've achieved it. The turnover hasn't happened yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like blasting on the TVs or anything, or computers or whatever, your phones. But I feel like it's happened. And it's happening. And we're in the midst of it, really. That it's happening. And it's, you know, it's just that you have to accept it. You have to be like, okay, I'm believing in world peace. I'm feeling it, and I'm going to put my superhero cape on, and I'm just going to be one of the superheroes that, you know, braves it and says, let me feel like what world peace would feel like in my heart, and what it would feel like to see all these people who didn't have peace to be at peace, you know? It's like, it's huge. It's the smallest, hugest thing that you could possibly do, you know? And I want to tell you something. I believe in healing. I believe in miracles. I've had miracles happen to me, and it's all energy. Everything on this earth is energy. Everything, everywhere is energy. And the power of love is so strong. And if you like feel this, and you could actually pass this on to someone else, you know, verbally tell them, just, you know, write it to them. It doesn't matter. Just explain, you know, the value of our feelings and our compassion for the world, you know. And I think it's going to happen quickly. Once we do this, I really think it's going to happen quickly. You know, I post a lot of stuff about, you know, the ocean and bands and the things that I find really stimulating in a good way. I mean, music is amazing. And I went to see a play. I didn't even go to see the play. I just ended up at the Shakespeare on the rocks, and it was a Romeo and Juliet, and it was fabulous, man. And I just keep ending up in these really beautiful places. So, I mean, beauty is out there. It's everywhere. And sometimes if we're connecting to things that are low vibration, we're not seeing them, you know? And, oh wow, it looks like ghosty in here. I don't have a light on. I don't know, but I like it better because I don't like to see myself on this thing, obviously. Anyway, that's the message, man. And if we could just work together, you know, like peace, like imagine we just put our peace signs up or our hands up like this, and instead of being like a high five, it's like a world peace vibe. And you know, this guy, Chris Martin, the guy who sings Yellow Coldplay. So at his concert, my sister said, Ange, you would have loved to have been there. Like, this was your concert if there was ever a concert for you. She said that he actually turned the lights on in the audience, and he said to everyone, I want you to feel the energy in between your hands. And you can do that. You can hold your hands up. You can rub them together and hold them a little bit apart and feel that energy, right? And then he said, I want you to look across the stadium and focus on someone across the stadium. And then I want you to send that love to that person. And then I want you to send that love outside of the stadium. And then I want you to send it out into the world. And then I want you to send it into the universe. He got cosmic, man. And that is so beautiful. Energetically, that dude knows what's going on. And he's taken his following and he is allowing them to experience it. Now, just by doing that, all of those people created a space within them for love and, you know, and an expansion of love. And just by thinking about it, reaching other places. And the people in the audience were probably thinking about people that they really loved and sending it to them. And my thing is, I'm always sending love to my family. You know, I say prayers and stuff. And I say prayers and things like that for everyone. Man, every time I eat something or I'm sitting down to a meal, not like every time I eat a candy bar or something, but every time I'm sitting down to a meal, I just thank God that it's nourishing the bodies that it's feeding, and thank God for the people who provided it. And I always thank God for the people, for everyone in the world to get to experience a healthy, nutritious meal and healthy water. And you know, and just be healthy. And I really believe that it's going out there. And if you put it into the water, like so many times, me and my dear friend Portland will go into the ocean, even my friend Amy. But I have like dear friends that I love so much, and we live by the ocean, so we go into the ocean and we put blessings into the water, because water has memory and it changes its molecular structure to pristine by like whatever words you put into it or whatever intention and energy you put into it. The water receives that and it just flows throughout the oceans, throughout the waters of the world, and then it goes up with the condensation and it comes down with the rain. And I mean, you can teach this stuff to little children, you know, and little children have the coolest ability because they're not tainted by the world yet, you know. They're still in their imaginary stages in life, which is beautiful, and God bless them all, man, Anyway, that's my message. And if this resonates with anyone, I would be so happy. I know it resonates with Portland and Amy and my cousin Tina, and my closies, you know what I'm saying? But out there in the world, like if you're a person, this is really wild, because if you're a person who doesn't believe in any of that stuff, and somehow you decide to roll the dice and take a chance and say, let me just check it out. Let me see if that chick, might help me connect to some peaceful things by what she's saying. And I really believe it's coming from beyond me, from a beautiful place. And try it. And that person who is the skeptic, who doesn't believe, their energy going from what it is to what it possibly could be is, that's really making a difference in the world. We can make a difference for people we don't even know. When two or more are gathered, there's love, and there's miracles, man. There's miracles. I've seen so many miracles in my life, and I guess I have to share that. Like, if I have to share something on here, I want to share that. I want to share the music. I want to share the fun. I want to share the beautiful things of the planet, and just be grateful for every moment, Just try and be grateful for this moment. And as long as you at least try to be grateful for this moment, then you're accomplishing something. In this moment, you're accomplishing something. And that's cool. Because when you're grateful, it's like one of the highest vibrations, and you're putting that into the world. So I wish you all world peace and love. And, sorry about this whole video in the dark thing, but I kind of prefer it. But I do look a little like weird, like it's like a dream or something. I don't know, but it's cool. Anyway, big love, peace on earth. And, when we high five, let it be world peace energy and love energy that we are giving to people, with that high 10, and thank you, Chris Martin. If you're out there and you hear this, I just want to say that is one of the most, auspicious things I've ever heard anyone do, and I really appreciate it. So anyway, it's probably 100 degrees in this car right now. Big love.